What is going on, guys? And today I want to talk about relationships in the military. So if you guys are not following me on Instagram, you probably should. The link is right here. But, recently, if you're following me, you know that I have gotten into a new relationship, right? So I'm currently in the military. My, now current girlfriend is actually joining the military, leaving for Air Force basic training very soon. So, being in the military, being in a relationship is going to be something that is different than just being a normal civilian in a relationship. And I kind of want to talk about that in this video because, before, I had a girlfriend. I've been in the military for about a little over 3 years now. So I've had a girlfriend for pretty much the majority of that. And, I've learned some things, and, a lot of you guys are maybe about to leave for basic training. Maybe you're, 17, 18 years old, and you don't have all of the relationship experience in the world. Obviously, I don't either. I'm, barely almost 25 years old, so I'm not like some super, wise or whatever person. But, I want to share with you guys some of my opinions, my advice for you if you are trying to or are going to be in a relationship while you're in the military. So one of the questions that people ask me a lot pertaining to relationships in the military is having a relationship in the military harder than having a relationship on the civilian side? And if you want to generalize it, I would say yes, having a relationship in the military is going to be harder than having a relationship as just a normal civilian. The reason being is, no matter whether you're doing the National Guard, the Army Reserves, or active duty, whatever branch you're going to be in, no matter what it is, you are still going to be able to spend less time with that person, your significant other, than if you were just a normal civilian. There's going to be times when you leave for training, you're not going to be able to talk to your significant other. There's going to be times when you might get deployed. There's going to be time when you go to annual training if you're in the reserves and you're going to be gone for anywhere between 2 weeks to a month, right? And that's going to be a span of time where it might be stressful on your relationship. So things like that, just the thought of knowing that, hey, my significant other could be deployed. They could be leaving for, several months and I won't get to see them for a while. Those are things that are difficult on relationships. And if you are, if you're not in a relationship right now and, you obviously want to think about joining the military, these are going to be some really important things that you need to think about whenever you're actually choosing that significant other. If you're already in a relationship with somebody, one of the biggest things that you're going to have to focus on, if they're about to leave for basic training, a lot of my viewers are really girlfriends or wives of people who their husbands or boyfriends are leaving for basic, right? And they're trying to figure out what things are like, right? So my advice to you is just to not worry, right? That sounds so stupid, but it's true, right? So they're off, they're doing training, they're doing whatever it is that they're gonna do, and they're not gonna have time to communicate with you every day. They might not have time to write you letters all the time. They might not have time to call you if they're just doing some kind of training exercise. And these are things that you're gonna have to get used to if you are gonna be in a relationship in the military. Obviously, the reserve side, you're going to be with them a lot more than if you're on the active duty side and you aren't living together, you're not married, right? So if you guys didn't know, if you're married and you're active duty, then you can live together. So that might be a little bit different story unless you're deployed. But something that you really need to focus on is trust, right? So if you can trust your significant other to always do the right thing whenever you're not around, if you trust them to call you whenever they have a chance, right? So a lot of people have a hard time when they're normally talking to their significant other every single day, all the time, every single day, and then all of a sudden they're in the military, they're doing some kind of training thing. Maybe they're just at like drill one weekend, right? And they don't call them whenever they normally should, or they don't, text them whenever, whatever the reason may be. In the military, there's always going to be situations and scenarios that you can't control as a soldier or as a military personnel, right? You're going to have higher ups that might make you go on a special duty, then you're not going to get to call your wife or whatever, whenever you said you're going to, and those are going to be things that might put stress on your relationship. But as you in a relationship, if you can actually trust them to do the right thing all the time, then you don't have to worry. Obviously the military does have a higher divorce rate than just normal civilians. Reason being the reasons that I talked about before, where you're just not going to get to talk to or see your significant other as you would if you were a normal civilian. So that might create some kind of barriers between you two guys. So if you are starting to get into a new relationship, right, these are things that you have to think about. How independent is your significant other? If they're not independent and you're gone for an extended period of time, then it might be more difficult for them. So if you want to pick an independent person who is okay with being, by themselves, if you're deployed, that's going to be a good thing to look for, in my personal opinion. Also, somebody who you can trust, who they can trust you, right? So those connections that you get, just those few basic things, somebody who knows how to deal well with money, right? You might be 17 years old, you're not too worried about money or whatever, but once you get married, the money situation is going to become, for the most part, your money together. So if you go and get deployed and your wife is at home and she doesn't know how to handle money at all, and when you come back from your deployment and you're just in debt like crazy because she was just spending everything on credit cards, you spent all of your money, your BAH, just everything, right? These are going to be really important things, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people do get divorced, because they tell you all these kinds of stories at basic training. Because when you're at basic training, your drill sergeants are basically telling you that your girlfriends are cheating on you when you're at basic, right? They do it. It's just a straight up fact. There's gonna be freaking cadences and all this kind of stuff where the drill sergeants are gonna be telling all the people at basic training to just forget about your significant other because they've already cheated on you, right? Because it is honestly pretty common to happen. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything for you guys, because a lot of people, they join the military, they're young, they join the military without their significant other's approval, then they join, their person back at home is like, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, I can't handle them being gone, and then they cheat on the other person. So to all you younger people out there who are watching this video right now for maybe some relationship advice, is whenever you're thinking about joining the military and you want to join the military and you're looking at, maybe being in a relationship with somebody, really think about what that means, right? If you want to start a brand new relationship with somebody before you go active duty, that might be kind of difficult, right? So you want to actually talk to the other person, make sure that they're okay with it before actually going in and joining the military. Then you join the military, you think everything's fine, but they were not okay with that, and then you go off, you go to basic training, and then you get that Dear John letter saying that your girlfriend or whatever is like, I just can't do this, I'm done, right? It happens a lot. When you go to basic training, people are going to be getting letters from their girlfriends, their boyfriends or whatever, saying that they just don't want to do it, that it's over. It's going to happen. That's just the fact of the matter. Because when you're in the military, especially if you're married, it's really not just, the one person who's in the military. It's not just their sacrifice. It is the whole family's sacrifice. So even though I'm not currently married to anybody, whenever I leave, if I get deployed, tomorrow, which isn't going to happen because, I'm going to be commissioning as an officer soon. So let's just say theoretically I deploy tomorrow. It's not just me that's going to be missing out. Obviously, I'm going to be missing my family. Obviously, I'm going to be missing all this stuff. But my family is going to be missing me. They're going to be worried about me. They're going to be having, my parents are going to have to sacrifice their time with their son. If you're married, if you have kids, that is also a big deal, right? If you get deployed, your wife is also not getting to see you. It's not just you not getting to see your wife. Your wife is worried about you. Your kids miss their dad, right? So whenever you're in a relationship in the military, you really want to think about these things, especially if you're starting a new relationship. So I guess this is a video kind of about relationship advice for the military. I'm not sure, but like I said, I wanted to talk about several topics in this video. But the one thing that I do want to finish this video off with is any of you guys who are prior service, who are currently in the military, who are currently married, been in a relationship for a long time, and you've been successful at it. Leave a comment down below. Maybe some of these people who are, newer to relationships, I'm actually new to a relationship now that I think about it, maybe me, myself, what's some advice, right? So leave a comment down below, maybe something that you and your significant other did that made things easier, right? Because we all know being in a relationship in the military is going to be more difficult than otherwise. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to stick around for some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. That would be even better. If you guys are not following me on social media, Instagram and Snapchat links are right here. As always, Twitter is in the description. Still haven't made a thing for it. I don't even know if I will, because I don't really know where I'm going to put it. I don't know. Maybe if you guys have a suggestion and you made it to the end of this video, you guys could leave a suggestion in the comments, because then I would know that you made it to the very last second of this video, and I love it when you guys do that. It's just amazing. So if you made it to the end of this video, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys later.